it's through the details that we learn about the whole. And we have to understand, it's not taking the details together and we have the whole. The whole is something much bigger. The klal is much bigger from the details. And what's the meaning of the details? Also, it's another interesting point to understand talking about details. For example, we all know the diary of Anna Frank. Yeah? Everybody heard about it. And the question is, why is it so important, this diary of Anna Frank? Because it's a diary that a girl wrote about the time of the Holocaust. And through this, we connect ourselves to the Holocaust. 6 million Jews were killed. And it's very hard to relate to it because it's so big. So now you go on, okay, 6 million, but each one of us is a story by itself. So when you learn one of the details, one of the stories, it connects you. The same as now. We had this catastrophe, this Holocaust happening on Simchas Torah a year and a half ago, when those murderers, the Nukhbas, the Hamas, murdered, butchered, and I don't want to go into it, so many of Am Israel. So it's so big that sometimes, in order to connect yourself really, like feel it, really the connection, you need to find somebody that is close to you, that went through it. You need to find a story. That's why it's so important to listen to the stories of each one of them. For example, this unbelievable girl, that's Tzvitanit, that was writing the first thing coming out of captivity, B'derech emunah bacharti, V'bederech emunah shavti. I chosen the way of believing, and this what got me back. And those words, they are connecting us to this holy girl, a kiddush Hashem she's making. It's like unbelievable. And then each one of the stories about the guy who went to save his friends, and he went back and he was killed while doing it. Unbelievable stories. But through those individual stories, through those details, we can connect much better to the whole picture. And this is why those details are so important from one point of view. From the other point of view, when we're talking about details, what is the whole Mishkan? You know, when we look at the Mishkan, we can think for a minute, the Mishkan is more important than the Torah. So many details of the Mishkan, but that's exactly the idea. The whole Mishkan is for what's inside. And what is inside? Inside is the Torah. And by the way that the Mishkan was built is also a big lesson. It was built with poles that going up, and there were poles that are holding it. We'll read it. Brichim atzei shitim. And there were 8 poles that were 8 brichim. Vasita brichim. There were 5 brichim. 5 brichim were going through the width of the Mishkan, and they were holding the big poles that they will not go down. But the main one was the middle one that was going inside, that we didn't even see it from outside. And he was going through the pole, the big poles of the Mishkan, those big trees, those big poles, through inside, and even bending in the corners by a miracle to surround all 3 walls of the Mishkan. Inside, what does it mean? And this inside pole was holding everything. Without it, it will collapse, it will not hold. And it reminds me, years ago I was sitting on the beach, and I saw kids playing with the sand, trying to build something. Of course, with the sand itself, they couldn't do anything. But then one of the kids went to the water and brought a bucket with water and put it on and spilled it on the sand, and they started building beautiful things. Now, when you look at it, you don't see the water. You see the sand. But without the water, the sand by itself will not stand. It will go away. It will spread. And the water will just spill and do nothing. But the combination of the water with the sand, that's what you can build. But you don't see the water because the water is inside. What is the water? Water is Torah. And what is the idea of everything? If we don't take the Torah from inside us, that we don't see it. It's something spiritual, but it's inside. That's what's holding us. That's the Mishkan. That's That's the idea of the inside, the pnimiyut, the spirituality, the neshama that is inside the body, that holds the body. We are built from body and soul. The body is from earth. The body, if it's got no soul, it's nothing. And the soul without a body cannot do anything. So we need a combination. But do you see the soul? No. But the soul is holding everything. And that's exactly the Mishkan. The middle pole, inside, he's holding everything. That's the pnimiyut. That's the inside of us that is holding everything. As the same, always remember those two kids playing with the sand. You don't see the water, and they build those beautiful things, but without the water they cannot build anything. And the water by itself also cannot do anything. Only the combination of the water from inside, that you don't see it, and the sand from outside is building this beautiful thing. And there are so many details in our parsha. The measurements of the covenant, the measurement of the altar, the measurement of the table, and all those, like some of them half, some of them whole, and we can talk about it for hours. For each one of the details we can learn. And another important thing, the Aron Ha'edut, where the Torah was put in, they had those poles that carry it, because the Torah, everybody's got a part in it. That's why it's written ve'asu. And when we're talking about asuli mishkan, in plural, ve'asul, 1 minute, let me find it. Ve'asuli mikdash ve'shachanti b'docham, in plural. And then when we go to the covenant where there was where the Torah was in the Aron, the asu Aron, again in plural. But when we look at all the parsha, is v'tzipita v'asita, it's all in singular, because each one of us is got to use his own abilities to combine everything together to building this Mishkan, and everybody has a part of the Torah. That's why the Torah, the Aron where the Torah is inside, is in plural. The Mishkan, the Mikdash itself, is in plural, and all the other details are in singular. And so many things to learn. And the Torah, which is the base of everything, each one of us got a part in the Torah. So we have those who can sit and learn from morning to night, which are Talmidei Chachamim, which is beautiful. But not everybody can do it. But we have another solution. Support those who learn. And when you support those to learn, you have a part of the learning of the Torah they have. And that's those poles that carry the Aron. When you carry the Kabbalah, when you carry the Aron, when you carry the Luchot HaBrit, Lo Yasumen is written. You don't take them away, but they're only carrying it. Yes, that's those who support the Torah. They are always with the Torah. They have a part with the Torah. This is a few things that we learn about Vasuli Mikdash, and the main basic thing is to understand this Mikdash is inside us. All the best. Have a beautiful, nice day.